Well, right now, make sure to check out PWE, Pro Wrestling Enforcer. We're talking to the young, hottest prospects in professional wrestling from the Chicago independent wrestling scene. And we're welcoming Alfredo Albiter to PWE Report. Make sure to check it out. Him out because he's a graduate of the Freelance Wrestling Academy. And, you'll be in action this Friday at Freelance Wrestling Presents No Ring Time for the Week. There's a scramble match that he's going to be featured in. It's going to have Eye Candy Elliott, Trent Wrigley, Isaiah Velasquez, Trevor Outlaw, and Angel Escalera. And also make sure to check him out at Second Wrestling. He's the Go-Go champion. He'll be in action this Saturday at Second, Thriller at the Miller 2. And make sure, yes, he's got it right there. He's
Oh, we
also,
got it with me.
yes, he does. And he's also wrestled for All Heel Wrestling, Third Coast Wrestling, Iron Spirit Pro, I believe, and also All-Star Lucha Libre. So, Alfredo, you've had a busy year since we last did our interview. It was back at the Freelance Wrestling Academy Show of 2024, and now it's
Absolutely.
2025, and it's almost a year. So, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome back on.
I appreciate Sean. Thank you for having me in. Very excited for today's interview. But man, kind of like you said, it's been a lot going on. A lot of things change. A lot of things coming at you lightning speed. But yeah, I've been very excited, just very happy to be on this journey, truth be told.
For sure. Since your debut, how has pro wrestling changed your life?
Oh my God, it's like it's a whole new vision. Whether you watch matches on TV or you're watching it live, I guess your wrestling brain really kicks in. Now you're thinking like, all right, what's the story here? What's the
Right.
mechanics? What are they working on? I no longer simply view it as, oh my God, this is entertaining. No, I break it down in my brain and say, where are we at? What are we doing here? So it really gives a new perspective that hard to explain, but it's very exciting to use.
Okay. Well, I can definitely understand that. I know a lot of you'll be watching the shows at Freelance even if you weren't on the show. You were doing that leading up to your debut. I would see you at fans would see you at the shows, but you hadn't wrestled yet.
Absolutely not. I was like, what, four long years of just standing by the show. So the time came right. And yeah, March 9th, 2024 finally happened. The dream came true, Sean. I was finally able to debut. Now I just have to carve my own story and put my own work into it.
Definitely. And your debut match again, the Freelance Wrestling Academy Show. I forget the title to it, but
Run the ropes. There we
Run
go.
the
Run the
Ropes.
ropes.
Okay. Now you were in that scramble match, and you had Trevor Outlaw that's in that match. Reagan, I believe, was in that match, and a few other your fellow Academy debuts as well. So how exciting was that?
Actually, by the way, that was the other Alfredo because we have two of them now.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
right.
two
My
of us.
bad.
I was part of the gauntlet match where I
Oh
initiated
yes,
with Dakotas.
yeah. The big picture.
Big picture invitation, as he used to call it. But yes, that
Yes.
was my debut.
And like when you had that debut match, you had obviously family and friends there. How excited were you just to show what you had been putting in the work to get to?
Unreal. Again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, and I really do when I talk to people, but really a dream come true. This is something I really never thought would become possible. When I first joined the academy back in 2020, even then, never thought this would happen. So to go out there, I know people are telling me, even when I got done backstage, they're like, "Hey, you look excited, you look energetic." I'm like, "Brother, that was on me out there. I was just pure raw emotion. I still don't even fully process it yet that it
Yes.
happened." And as you can see, it does continue to bring a smile to my face when I do recall on this specific day.
Yes, for sure. And since then, the academy has moved, so that won't be held at that location. Instead, it'll be even bigger. It'll be at the Logan Square Auditorium, and it'll be
Correct.
part of a two double shot weekend for freelance wrestling. So, how excited are you for that? You're going to have that show, and then obviously there'll be another show going on after
Man,
that.
honestly, the emotion is buzzing everywhere. Not only for the talent, but for the students, even the fans. I know we always hear the sentiment like, "Man, there should be more freelance. Man, I wish I could see you guys more out there." Well, now you can. Kind of like you just said, we have one going at 3 p.m. Our third annual Academy Showcase show. The students are going to come together and do the best work they can. As always, kind of like you said, I will be there. Some recently debuted kids will be there, but we also have the next generation of freelance athletes who will be debuting as well. That's exciting in and of itself. And
Hmm.
again, just to echo your sentiment, later that night at 8 p.m., all right, the next freelance event show, was it Tope Suicida Squad.
Yeah.
Beautiful name, and we're gonna have all the main regulars show up there. So 2-for-1 type of day. You really can't complain with that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you're excited just to be on the Academy show, but imagine if you have the opportunity to work both shows. Have you done that before?
Oh no, no, same day. No, I pray and I wait for that day to happen. Hey, I'll be more than happy. They tell me like, hey brother, we need somebody from Scramble 1-on-1 who's available. Hey, I'm raising my hand. I
Yeah,
want to do 2-and-1. I'd be more than happy to.
exactly. That'd be great. Then you know, kind of like the fans could follow you from one event to the next event and see how you do.
For sure, yeah.
And you know, we only have one match announced for the Academy show. Do you have any idea what match you're gonna have, or you can't discuss it yet?
They gave me a teaser. Of course, they always present options. So they gave me an idea, but either way, no matter what it is, I'm very excited. Kind of like you said, I did debut March 9th, but when it comes to event wise, this would be my 1 year anniversary as I debuted in the second annual student show. So I really don't mind what kind of match it is. I'm just excited because man, this is my way to celebrate my own little anniversary. And as you've
Hmm.
probably been seeing recently on my social medias and whatnot, a lot really has changed. A lot has changed with me, my presentation, and most importantly, my ring work. So to see how far I've come and how things have changed, oh, it's gonna be awesome. From night and
Yes.
day last year to this year, I'm just honestly excited. And excited is a word that I'm gonna keep throwing around because that's all I can feel.
That's great, and we can't wait to see. And there's going to be some new talent debuting from the Freelance Wrestling Academy as well that night that we may not have heard of yet.
Correct. And it's kind of like you just said earlier that I was, sidelined in the show, just watching, waiting for my opportunity. The same thing with these kids, man. They've been watching, excited. They've been rightfully so doing the work, and they rightfully so earned their spots. So we're
Hmm.
just as excited for them. Finally get to see, like, hey, all right, kids, you did the work, you did the ring setups, you watched the show, you come to class, show the world what you can do now.
Now, when you go into the second wrestling, this is your inaugural Go Go Championship.
Correct.
This is defended on the pre-show for second wrestling events, right? As of now.
That is correct. This baby right
Okay.
here, the Go Go Championship. That is correct, Sean. It is strictly defended at the pre-shows for these events.
And you have this big show coming up, Thriller and the Miller too. We don't have a matchup listed for you yet, but
Correct.
you look at the talent roster; it's pretty stacked.
Oh man, absolutely. And I'm so proud of second, because I remember when I first heard it was starting up, and I was like, man, that's exciting. Another Chicago promotion. I love it. I like the presentation.
Right,
And kind of like you said, I started going to the shows, just watching, helping out a little bit.
right.
Then I got my turn to debut, and to see how much it's grown. I mean, come on. They just announced Kylie Ray is going to be debuting next month, or this month, I should say. That's amazing. They're really
Yeah,
attracting big names. So to see their transformation as well, very awesome. Very happy to be part of that
yeah.
promotion.
And would you be able to defend the title against women wrestlers? Have you ever had an intergender match?
I'm gonna be honest to you, not yet. I haven't had an intergender match, but I am excited. I know one person who, funny enough, whether he meant it or not, GPA, he's had a lot of intergender matches. If you really take a look at his career, they're all great matches. There is a bunch of great
Mhm.
female talent out there. So I'm happy to see when it'll be my turn to check it up with somebody, kind of throw some people off, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, they might be coming for you because you have that second championship.
Correct. When they announced my first title defense, I saw they gave the fans a chance to tag people, and yeah, a lot of female talent in the local area were tagged. So hey, to them, I welcome them too. Hey, just come on in. Let's see what we can
Yeah.
try and do.
And you're in your match last month for that belt. I believe it
Correct.
was like a triple threat, right?
That was right. It was with fellow Academy mate Stone Ambrose, who of course
Mhm.
debuted at our first annual student show, and we also had Eddie Grayson, who you might be familiar from the Chicago
Yes.
scene as well, CSW.
Yeah. So how was that match? How was it like getting in there and getting that first title defense out of the way?
Oh man, it was very nerve wracking, of course, because one thing, is to win the belt, but now you have to defend it. You have to show and
Right.
prove why you are champion to begin with. But it is also, once again, just that word, exciting. Just getting to mix it
Mhm.
up with different people of different styles. You just come together to give the best show, best performance possible.
Definitely. And so what do you like being able to kick things off too? Do you like being the first one out and feel that crowd?
Absolutely. I am a very, let's just get it over with type of person. And I mean that in a great way. If you tell me, Fredo, I got these things to do for you, I'll try to get out the way and say, hey, we don't gotta wait any longer. Let's do this right now. When I'm at a show, especially, with the pre-show title, yeah, absolutely. It's like, all right, let's get the crowd warmed up, let's get out the way. Let me get this energy to good use and just get it out there and knock it out.
Definitely. And you've also had another couple great shows. You had The Voice, right? Was that
Correct.
the first time you stepped in Logan Square to wrestle, or had you done a Logan Square match prior to that?
I had done a Logan Square match.
Okay.
The only difference would have been that that was, I guess you could say, my first main card match at
Okay.
LSA. I was part of the scramble. But my actual debut at Logan Square was actually my second match when I ran a rematch with Big Picture Nick Codis as part of the pre-show.
Okay. Cool. And
Yeah.
how much you love being in front of Logan Square Auditorium? Like that's such a great, iconic venue, and the crowd is always insane.
Oh, correct, man. This is such a hot crowd, very excited. And you learn, when you step foot in the business and perform, you learn like, hey, sometimes that energy the crowd feels you will absorb it. And then in turn, you will want to amp up the crowd. That's exactly how I feel. Those few times I went out there, the moment I heard them, when I saw them, I already knew like, oh my God, I feel the electricity. We gotta amp it up now. So I love being there. It's again one of those things where I just didn't imagine, yeah, I'd be performing at LSA, but now I am. Now it's
Yeah.
time to show them what I got.
Well, we can't wait. It's going to be an exciting night of action, or day rather of action too.
Most
And
definitely.
when you have that matchup, right? Describe when your music hits, the feeling going through your body before the match.
Oh my God, vast anxiety. I get nauseous. I get nervous. But after a while, you just gotta remember, like, hey, you've done this. You're doing this for a reason.
Mhm.
Get calm, collective, deep breath. And I truly mean it. Once you step out through the curtain, it's a whole different world. You become a whole different person. Whether you are, you're not what you're presenting, gimmick wise, as we like to call it, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna become one and the same, and you're gonna have to power through it. I've have had moments where even during my entrance, I've been like, oh my God, am I gonna mess up? It's gonna go well. But majority of time, especially recently, that doesn't really happen. Once I make my entrance, it's go time. I recently became the Mariachicano,
Yes.
the American born and raised mariachi. And that's who I am. I feel that amped up energy and I accelerated as well. And I tell them, you know what? Let's all join in this party. Let's
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, tell us about making a little bit of transformation with the character. We first saw you kind of like as a brawler. You almost kind of had a similar look to like Samoa Joe in the
Correct.
ring, and now you kind of went to the Mariachi Kano.
Correct, Sean. So yeah, when I debuted, just like a lot of people, like I'm excited. Let's get the gear on. Let's go. And I had this kind of like he says, Samoa Joe is presentation because I had an idea in mind.
Right.
Um, Unfortunately, some of those ideas kind of fell through, and that was through my fault. And then I learned, hey, it really does happen a lot. But I guess at the same time, one of the biggest challenges that plagued me was, man, Alfredo, who are you, brother? Who? When the bell rings, when you come out there, we get it. You're excited. You want to wrestle. This is your passion, but who are you and what separates you from the pack? So, it really did take some time, Sean, to think about that. And a lot of people that know me personally, they know I don't shy away from my culture. I love it. It's beautiful. There's a lot of great artistical parts of it. So eventually I just told myself, like, you know what, man? Let's just lean to the cultural side of things. We can do it. This is literally who we are. It's part of our identity. And one day it just flickered after a lot of ideas bounced back and forth. So you know what? I'm gonna be the next wrestling mariachi. I don't think
Hmm.
we've had one. And I proudly took it by the horns. And again, just for those who are kind of confused by the name, the Mariachicano, the mariachi of American, being born here in America of Mexican descendancy, that is who I am. That is part of my story,
Yeah,
which I will leverage to pretty much use it as my presentation going forward.
that's awesome, and you definitely got that look that's gonna draw eyes and attention
Oh, for
with
sure.
the
And the,
outfit.
the gear changes, man, it's exciting. One thing is, the leather pants I've been wearing with the little belt, but what I got coming soon, oh, it's gonna blow everybody away. Even I'm
Okay.
excited for it.
All right. Are you going to debut it at the Logan Square?
Maybe I'm trying to see, depending what I know of what my match will be for next month and what the plan is.
Sure.
But to be decided. I still have to see
Yes.
what to decide on that.
And when you talk about your opponents in your upcoming match
Of course.
for the freelance wrestling scramble match for the no ring time for the week, you find any weaknesses you can exploit? I mean, what do you think of these guys when I listed them out to you? What comes to your name? What comes to your mind?
Man, I mean, let's break it down the list. Trent Wrigley, a hot new talent. Again, one of those students, like I said, he rightfully so deserved and earned his spot. He's been great with the crowds. We've seen him already, Sean,
Yeah.
pre-show, scrambles, just really lights up the venue. And that's great. That's awesome. I'm excited to mix it up with him in some capacity. Then we have Angel Escalera, man. Again, real life. We're going behind the curtain here. A brother to me. So to see that I once again get to step in the ring with my brother, very excited. Put a smile on my face. Like, hey, we're gonna do this together. It's another chapter of the journey we get to share together. Now going to the other side. Eh, Not happy about them. I Candy Elliott, great talent. We just saw him come back recently at Freelance. Very excited to mix it up with him. Never really got to know the guy personally, so we'll get to see how he is in the ring. Isaiah, he has, I will be honest, he does have a special spot in my heart. He is one of my trainers. Just a little disappointing to see where his actions have taken him, how low he has stooped in
Yeah.
recent time. That is very disheartening.
Sure.
And yeah, as you saw from the last Emporium scramble, he beat the brakes off me, which I was
Yeah.
surprised. Brother laid
I
it
saw
in.
it.
So hopefully I get my little comeback on him. And oh my goodness, Trevor Outlaw. As you can see, he's in. Yeah, exactly. That's the only way I could react. Like, ugh, Trevor.
Yeah.
As you can see, he's already thrown a couple shots on social media on X. I already told him I will slap the cheetah print off his undies. All right, because I know how he rolls. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching my back and hopefully don't really get a lot in trouble with him because of that.
Yeah. Hopefully, does he have Frank the Clown? Hopefully not, right?
Hopefully not another headache. Hey, look, man, the less headaches we have, the better. I've been on a losing streak at Freelance. I got to flip that over, so I don't
Right.
need any funny business going around.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be an entertaining match. And you mentioned Angel Escalera. You and Angel have had matches before, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so that should be exciting to see you two kind of get when you two are kind of like isolated in that ring together.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And it's one of those things where back in your mind, you're like, hey, it's cool. I'm with my friend. I'm with my brother. It's amazing. But at the end of the day, we got to remember this is competition. We're
Right.
trying to win a match. So no hard feelings for Angel. But I hope that when we both step in that ring, we understand like, hey, we're all cool outside these ropes. I'll still go out with you,
Mm-hmm.
hang out and whatnot. But remember, we need to win a match. So
Um,
we'll see how that translates later on.
True, and he kind of changed it up too, and with his style and gimmick, and he was gone for a little bit, so
Of
for
course, yeah,
quite some time.
he was, yes, took quite a bit of a break. Try to recollect himself, heal himself a little bit. Just the usual stuff every now and then. Just got to
Yeah.
take a pause to certain things. I'm happy to see that no matter what, he never lost. He never lost a step. Like you said, he came back with that new presentation,
Yes.
Gasolina. The crowd is still amped up. They remember him. So it's awesome to see that he is still, reaping his rewards for his hard work throughout the years.
Yes, for sure. I know he had a big match with Kylie Ray early on in his career, and so
Oh
maybe
my
at
God,
one
yes.
point you will have one as well. Would you
Hey,
love to fuss? I know she's a trainer at Freelance
of
Academy,
course.
but now she's kind of got the WWE ID tag, so she's got some responsibilities elsewhere. But would you
Of
like to just see
course.
that match happen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hey, I'm gonna take a moment right now, if you don't mind, just to say dream matches. Absolutely, going one on
Yeah.
one with my trainers, whether it be Kylie Ray, GPA at some point, even Lainey, such a very big fan of her work. And honestly, the one that's on top of my list, once again, breaks my heart how low he stooped.
Yeah.
Isaiah Velasquez. I've really looked up to him a lot throughout the years. I'd be lying if I said he wasn't the reason for a lot of my success. And truth be told, yeah, Angel opened the door for me. He said, hey, brother, come here, wrestle, live the dream with me. But it was through Isaiah that he led me down
Yeah.
the road. So to see him take a turn against the academy and against the students,
Yeah.
hopefully not something that gets out of control, but we'll see how things go within the scramble match.
Well, yeah, lay it in for me, man. He's been saying some talking crap about me in the podcast. So.
Oh, I got you, Sean. He still owes me for those chops he gave me. I was like, brother,
Yes.
you're trying to win a match or do assault? Like,
No, man, he's vicious.
that, that's him. Hey, that's him. We all knew this. You know, we all knew this from back in the
Yes,
day. He has a
yes,
dark
he
side to
did.
him.
Yeah, he told me the podcast sucks, and but
Ah, not
I
the
don't have any.
man, not
I
the
know, man.
podcast trash talk. Sean, don't listen to him. All right,
I
don't
know.
listen to him.
No, I know. I know. Listen, he's just trying to ruffle feathers. That's all. He's just all all gas, all helium.
There we go. Exactly.
When you also let's talk a little bit about the all heel wrestling. Now, how did
Yeah.
you get to feel about going to a completely different audience? You're going all the way out to where that event was. I believe it's Woodstock, Illinois, and you and Antonio Etzili took on Thunder Kid and RJ Soa. So, how was it working that crowd?
Man, kind of like you said, very interesting. And it's something that we were all eventually going to learn in our journeys. Cross is different everywhere, brother. At LASA, they might
Yes,
look at me and pop and say, yeah, we're with it. But once you go outside, it's the challenge of, hey, you got to reintroduce yourself. You got to show them who you are, what you can do. And sometimes, like in this case, you go against people that just can outshine you in any
right.
aspect. Tornado Kid is a whole mess. All right, like Tornado Kid is something else. So to be in the ring with him, very very fun, but very chaotic. And it's one of those things where you really have to work to try and outshine each other.
Yes, yeah, I know, and they won that match. But how did
They
you
did.
feel? Hopefully,
They
you'll
did.
get that another chance.
Hopefully they did, cause
Yeah.
man, yeah, I took a beating on that one too, and I know I disappointed Etzli with us taking that loss, so I kind of got to redeem myself over there.
Yes. And you guys also had matches at Third Coast Wrestling as well.
Correct. Where I,
Yes.
ironically enough, I teamed up with the Tornado Kid, and same thing. It was a trip. It was very interesting, but it's one of those things where now you will intermingle and clash with people from the local area. So I know in one of the matches I had to shake it up with Eddie Grayson, Jack Ballard, again CSW guys we've seen
Yes.
around, even with Jack Serious. But it's very fun and interesting. Really, it's hard to describe it. Just going
Mhm.
somewhere, they're like, "Hey, this is the change of crowd. This is the change of style. These are the people you're going against." It's like, "Hey, I've seen you before, but not in person. Let's shake it up and have fun."
Okay. Is there any other wrestlers outside of freelance that are on your radar right now that you'd like to wrestle? Like still in the area, like the
For
general
sure,
area, the Midwest.
man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Too many to count. Too many to count, Sean, because yeah, now that I've been working for about a year, you have to start serving the area and say, who do I want to work with? Who can I potentially work with? And you see all this amazing talent come out everywhere. One example, Rafael Quintero, he's been killing it.
Yes.
Quintero has been killing it. And we even have talent from other places like Mr. Bruce Hamilton, who was even at Iron Spirit. Such an impressive man to see. So it's
Hmm.
just stuff like that. We're like, man, you just see them get wild and say, I want to go with you one day. I want to go with you. I want to go with you. So it really is too hard to count, Sean.
Yeah, yeah. Some great names you just mentioned right there.
Of course, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
all rightfully so great in their own stuff.
And Coda Hernandez. Have you got a chance to be in the ring yet with him?
Nope, not
Okay.
yet. Not with Coda Hernandez yet, but another great prospect that, hey, maybe someday we'll shake it up as well.
Yeah, he was at House of Glory and got on the show in an unannounced match. So
I saw that. Yeah, Coda
yeah,
made that debut. That was pretty bad. That's pretty amazing. It's always good to see fellow freelance mates go out there, get their own
yes,
spotlight. Like, all right, brother, I see you working hard. I believe we also saw Laney Luck and Blair. Is that correct?
yes, we did.
Got you. Okay, so honestly, personally, I get happy when I see that. When you just
Me
see somebody,
too.
like you said, unannounced, get that opportunity because they've been working hard for it. Oh, you can't help but
Yes,
just support, you know? And it's like, man,
right,
that's great, man. I'll see you up there one day.
for sure. And then if you had a tag team with anyone in freelance right now, like who would you pick? Like let's say you're going to be in a tag team match. Let's say
Honestly, probably a bit corny, easy answer. My own brother, Angel Scalera, man.
okay.
I feel like both our styles, both our presentations can really clash in a
Hmm.
beautiful cultural way. Him bringing the Puerto Rican aesthetic, me bringing the Mexican aesthetic into things. But again, goes back to what I said earlier. You know, you get to see your friends, your brothers, and it's like, hey, You helped me out. You helped me get through this. You brought me into this. Let's rock it out together now. That is
Nice.
something that it is on my bucket list to do eventually.
Yes, the freelance tag team championships are finally away from James Russo's
Oh
grasp.
my God, the chokehold they have on those teams.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
brother, I remember watching Big Boy Shane Mercer come in. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I ain't taking that off nobody. No.
Yeah, I'd love to see you get in the ring with these guys. Dan the Dad and Cody Lane are not a tag team champions, so you never know. They're going to need new contenders,
A-
challengers.
Absolutely. This title scene has seen a couple shuffles, including the world title. We saw pretty much Alfonso take advantage of opportunity, cash in his Red Star medallion. A lot of shakeups happening, which now can really bring into question, like, man, that's crazy. Who'll be next to step in line? Who can challenge these guys? So you never know, Sean. I
Yes,
may not be up there one day. I may not be next in line, but most definitely will continue working to get to that position eventually.
for sure. And the last freelance wrestling event, Storm Grayson had an announcement to make, and
Oh,
unfortunately, yeah. How did you feel of hearing that news and kind of like the place he's at right now? It's got to be tough.
man. You
And this is
know,
like kind of shoot real life, not like
uh,
the story,
of course,
Yeah,
absolutely, Sean. No matter what actions you took in the past or what's going on, or kind of like said, story shoot, eventually we all come to the point where, yes, we need to rest up a little bit. Our body, lives catch up with us. So it was disheartening to hear that he's got some stuff to take care of, got to take a break from the ring. Because I get it. Being a wrestler
yeah,
now, I get it. That's passion. And even before I debuted, I had a lot of stop and goals. And for every little stop, I was heartbroken. And I was like, man, no, you gotta wait on it. But then to
right,
see once again, and very disheartening to see Isaiah Velasquez take advantage of such opportunity. The guy is already vulnerable, so you jump him along with Saban. Again, very cowardly on their part, very disappointed, and it's one of those things where you just gotta look at them and say, like, man, can't believe y'all
yeah,
could do that. But for Storm Grayson, man, prayers to him. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he gets some proper rest. And maybe
right,
we'll see him even better, even stronger than ever.
yeah, yeah. He had a great run. And another person that had a great run was Kylie Ray. Unfortunately, she lost the belt.
Oh
And
my God, yes.
what was your reaction to seeing Alfonso holding up that belt? Because he has been training, I bet, just as long, if not longer, than you, right?
Correct. I
At
want to
the
say
academy.
Alfonso. Yeah, I think Alfonso may have one, and hey, I could be wrong. Maybe 2 years over me. Actually, or I should say, actually, I'm not even 100% sure, but I know that he debuted way sooner than I did, of course. But yeah, at that moment, just seeing Kylie Ray get jumped, I was like, oh no, that sucks. And then you hear Alfonso's music hits. Man, I was along with the audience. I'm just trying to drink my water bottle. I spit it out. Like, wait,
Yeah,
what? Like, we're doing this? This is happening?
it was crazy.
Of course. And again, kind of sucks Alfonso took opportunity to somebody vulnerable, but hey, I understand. Competition's competition. You gotta do what you
Yeah,
gotta do. You got the medallion in your hands. And it's great to see that somebody, who recently started, like what, 2, maybe 3 years ago,
yeah.
already skyrocketed to the world title picture. That is very amazing.
Yeah, it was it's incredible. Even though he didn't do it cleanly or in a hard fought match type of way, he still earned his championship opportunity if you think about it because he did win the scramble match. But
He
yeah,
did. We have to respect that, and he did deliver an impressive match with Santana Jackson. So hey, that's a two for
yes,
one. You can't beat
yes,
that.
I agree. I agree. And yeah, moving forward, we'll see what happens. He has Danhausen, and Danhausen is just come on a completely different wavelength or a completely different
Oh,
level. So, but it's gonna be interesting to see those two mix it up.
oh, absolutely. I already know it's going to be fun. The style that Alfonso brings to the ring and just the way he presents himself with what we already know is this very out of world character from Danhausen. Oh,
Yes.
I already know it's going to be great. I'm actually excited to watch.
Yeah, me as well. I think it's going to be a fun match, and the main event of I hope well we don't know if it'll be the main event, but it should be. It's going to be one of those great matches. The Bang Bros are on there; they're
Of
always
course.
great. So much great talent at freelance, and I really do like the fact that now the freelance academy wrestlers are getting opportunities on the show more and more.
Oh, absolutely. And it means the world to all of us. Even if it's something like the scramble. Hey, trust me, Sean, we don't complain around here. We really
Yeah,
don't. We take
sure,
opportunity, take it by the horns, and we ride with it. And kind of like
definitely.
you said, I am happy to see that more of these academy students that used to see every now and then, like Hippie Halls, Cameron, even
Yes.
our good boy Stone Ambrose, just people you saw now and then. But like you said, now they're really consistently taking over. And I think that
Yeah.
is truly a testament of how far the academy not only has come, but how hard these students have been working, including myself. I'm getting some
Yeah.
opportunities, which, hey, I'm all here for.
Definitely. Any advice for anybody that wants to do what you do, like wants to make it in the business of pro wrestling?
Absolutely. Two little easy steps. First one, find yourself a good school. If you're here in the Chicago area or anywhere near, we do have Freelance Wrestling Academy, which we are always taking applicants. And then the second one, man, just put your heart into it. No matter what happens, just do it. And I hate to just keep it that simple, but it really is the truth, Sean. Just do it. I myself did not know I think this would happen. I didn't know where to start. Heck, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was nowhere near physically ready to do this kind of line of work. First week was horrible, but I'm
Right.
doing it. So if I could do it, if everybody else around me is doing it, you can do it too.
I don't agree everybody can do it, but
Hey,
definitely.
I ain't for me to decide, Sean. That
I'm
ain't for me
just
to
playing.
decide.
I'm just playing.
Don't kill the messenger now. Come on.
I think but I think you guys have you guys definitely got yeah, took advantage of what is given to you, and I appreciate you being on the PWE report, Alfredo. So please do me a favor and give me a quick shout out for the show.
I
And
will.
lastly, and no, lastly, just if you did want to plug anything, go ahead for the social media, and then I'll
Um,
ask you for the shout out.
sure. I mean, hey, if anything, just please follow my channels on both X and Instagram, PW Fredo, Pro Wrestling Fredo. And then please tune in this Friday to Freelance Wrestling to see all the excitement stuff we have in this new era we're presenting. Do tune in to our Academy Showcase on February 22nd when we come to you from Guardians of the Academy. And of course, don't forget your current longest reigning Go-Go champion at 101 days currently, Sean, will defend this belt this Saturday. So please, you know
Awesome.
the word. Freelance Wrestling, Freelance Wrestling Academy, and Second Wrestling. Check it out.
Awesome. Thank you. And then I'll have you do a quick shout out. Is that cool?
That is all good.
You
Thank you,
can
Sean.
keep the belt on. You can keep the belt on.
Gotcha.